Scorpions are fascinating creatures that have existed on our planet for over 200 million years. Despite their long history, there's still a lot that we don't know about them. So today, let's talk about some of the mysteries about scorpions that still remain unsolved. Survival on the mother's back. Scorpions have a unique way of taking care of their young. After giving birth, the mother scorpion carries her babies on her back until they are ready to fend for themselves. But this isn't just a temporary arrangement. The baby scorpions can stay on their mother's back for up to 2 years, hitching rides with her as she searches for food. This is a great adaptation for survival, as it allows the baby scorpions to stay safe and get easy access to food without having to worry about finding it for themselves. However, it also poses a challenge for the mother scorpion. Carrying around her babies for so long must be exhausting and potentially dangerous, especially if she has to fight off predators while they are on her back. It's amazing to think that these tiny creatures can survive in such a harsh environment and still thrive. And it's a testament to the power of nature that they have developed such a unique and effective way of taking care of their young. How long can a scorpion live? Scorpions are fascinating creatures that can live for an incredibly long time, but how long exactly? While some sources say they can live up to 3 years, others claim that they can live much longer. In fact, one of the oldest known scorpions was found in the Lokoya Cave in China and is believed to be over 60 years old. This discovery suggests that scorpions may be able to live for many decades, which is much longer than previously thought. Researchers are still investigating how scorpions can live so long, but it is thought that their slow metabolism and ability to enter a state of estivation during hot, dry periods may play a role. As scorpions age, they become more vulnerable to predators and diseases, but their tough exoskeleton and venomous sting provide some protection against potential threats. With their impressive lifespan, scorpions continue to fascinate scientists and nature lovers alike. What are the ancestors of scorpions? The ancestors of scorpions were a group of arachnids that lived during the time when life on Earth was mostly aquatic. They were small, soft-bodied creatures that resembled modern-day mites or ticks. Over time, they began to crawl out of the water and onto land, where they faced new challenges and opportunities. One of the major changes that occurred in this transition was the development of a hard exoskeleton, which provided protection from predators and allowed for greater mobility on land. Another key adaptation was the evolution of the pedipalps, which are now used for sensing the environment, manipulating objects, and catching prey. These adaptations allowed early scorpions to thrive in a variety of habitats and eventually gave rise to the diverse group of scorpions we know today. Why do scorpions have a survival instinct? Scorpions have been on this earth for a very long time, and their survival instinct is likely a result of all the changes they've had to make throughout history to survive. As mentioned earlier, they evolved from aquatic creatures to land dwellers, developing hard exoskeletons and pedipalps to help them adapt to their new environment. Additionally, scorpions are cold-blooded creatures whose body temperature depends on the environment. This means that they need to bask in the sun to warm up before they can move around. However, they are also at risk of being seen by predators while doing this. As a result, scorpions have developed behaviors like hiding during the day and coming out only at night to hunt, which helps them avoid predators and conserve energy. Finally, scorpions are also able to go into a state of estivation, similar to hibernation, where they slow down their metabolism and wait for more favorable conditions. This adaptation allows them to survive in harsh environments and makes them incredibly difficult to kill. All these factors, combined with their natural lifespan of several years, contribute to the incredible survival instincts of scorpions. Do scorpions belong to the insect or arachnid class? Scorpions belong to the arachnid class, not the insect class. This may seem surprising, because they share some characteristics with insects, such as having a segmented body and a hard exoskeleton. However, there are some key differences between scorpions and insects that make it clear that they are in different classes. For example, scorpions have 2 main body regions, the cephalothorax and the abdomen, while insects have 3 regions, the head, thorax, and abdomen. Scorpions also have 4 pairs of legs, while insects only have 3 pairs. Perhaps most obviously, scorpions have a tail-like stinger on their abdomen, which they use to inject venom into their prey, while insects do not. Despite these differences, scorpions and insects are both part of the phylum Arthropoda, which means they have a lot in common with other arthropods like spiders and mites. Ultimately, understanding where scorpions fit in the animal kingdom can help us better appreciate their unique place in the natural world and the important role they play in our ecosystems. How do scorpions mate? Scorpion mating is a fascinating process that involves a lot more than just 2 animals getting together. The male scorpion must first approach a potential partner and perform a series of courtship rituals to show his interest. This can include posturing, touching the female with his pedipalps, and even dancing in some species. If the female is receptive, the male will then lead her into a secluded area where they can mate without being disturbed. Once they are in position, the male scorpion will release a pheromone cloud that helps to stimulate the female and make her more receptive to mating. After the pheromones have done their job, the male scorpion will insert one of his penises into the female's genital opening and begin to fertilize her eggs. The entire mating process can take several hours, and it's not uncommon for multiple males to compete for the chance to mate with a single female. Once the mating is complete, the female scorpion will give birth to her young, which she will carry on her back until they are ready to start their own families. Can scorpions glow? Scorpions have a unique ability to absorb and re-emit light, which makes them appear to glow in the dark. This phenomenon is called fluorescence, and it occurs when a substance absorbs ultraviolet light and emits it as longer wavelength light, usually in the visible spectrum. Scorpions' ability to glow is due to a pigment called scorpion yellow, which is found in their exoskeleton. When exposed to UV light, scorpion yellow molecules absorb the energy and transform into an excited colored state. As they return to their normal state, they emit light at a longer wavelength, making the scorpion appear to glow. This trait is particularly pronounced in desert-dwelling scorpions, where it may serve as a form of camouflage, confusing potential predators who are also trying to fluoresce in the dark. Some scientists believe that the glowing may also play a role in mating rituals, allowing males to attract potential partners. Overall, the ability of scorpions to glow is a fascinating adaptation that highlights the diversity and wonder of the natural world. What do scorpions eat? Scorpions are carnivorous creatures that typically feed on insects and other small animals. Their diet consists of roaches, crickets, grasshoppers, beetles, and spiders. They also eat other scorpions, small reptiles like lizards, and even small mammals. To catch their prey, scorpions rely on their keen sense of smell to locate their prey and their powerful pedipalps to grab and hold onto it. Once they have a meal secured, they use their sharp mandibles to cut up their food and swallow it whole. Interestingly, scorpions can eat almost anything that moves, including each other. They are not picky eaters and will consume both live and dead animals. Additionally, scorpions can go long periods without food and are capable of surviving on very little water, making them well adapted to survive in harsh environments. Is scorpion venom deadly? Scorpion venom is a complex mixture of compounds that can cause a range of effects from pain and swelling to paralysis and death. The severity of symptoms depends on the species of scorpion and the amount of venom injected into the victim. While it is true that some scorpion stings can be fatal to humans, this is relatively rare, especially in developed countries where anti-venom is readily available. In fact, only about 1,200 people die each year from scorpion stings worldwide, most of them children under the age of 5. However, it's important to note that scorpion stings can still be very dangerous and should not be taken lightly. Even stings from non-lethal species can cause significant pain and swelling and may require medical attention. Are scorpions harmful to humans? Scorpions are often portrayed in movies and TV shows as scary and deadly creatures, but in reality, they are not usually harmful to humans. In fact, most scorpions are too small to cause a serious threat, and those that are large enough to do harm rarely come into contact with humans. Of the 2,000 or so species of scorpions, Only about 30 to 40 are considered dangerous to humans, and even the most venomous species rarely attack humans unless provoked. While their sting can be painful and in some cases lead to other complications, it is not usually fatal. If you encounter a scorpion in the wild, it is best to leave it alone. But if you do get stung, seek medical attention promptly. Despite their reputation, scorpions are fascinating creatures that play an important role in the ecosystem. Instead of fearing them, we should appreciate them for the incredible animals that they are. Now check out, why do cockroaches live so long? Thank you for watching.